Tanzania, officially known as the United Republic of Tanzania, is a coastal country situated in the east of Africa. This is its flag. The blue represents the Indic Ocean, the green the agriculture, the gold the wealth of its mines, and the black the skin color of the biggest part of the population. Over 100 different languages are spoken in Tanzania, making it the most linguistically diverse country in East Africa. The country doesn't have an official language, although the national language is Swahili. Swahili is used in parliamentary debate, in the lower courts, and as a medium of instruction in primary school. English is used in foreign trade, in diplomacy, in higher courts, and as medium of instruction in secondary and higher education, although the Tanzanian government is planning to discontinue English as a language of instruction. Approximately 10% of Tanzanians speak Swahili as a first language, and up to 90% speak it as a second language. Taking into account the fact that there are so many languages in the country, it's easy to think that this might affect the stability of the country due to the difficulty its citizens or politicians might have when communicating. Regarding geography, the country is mountainous and densely forested in the northeast. Three of Africa's Great Lakes are partly within Tanzania. So the north and west lie Lake Victoria, Africa's largest lake, and Lake Tanganyika, the continent's deepest lake known for its unique species of fish. The Kalambo Falls, located on the Kalambo River at the Zambian border, is the second highest uninterrupted waterfall in Africa. The Menai Bay Conservation Area is Zanzibar's largest marine protected area. With all this information, we might not say that Tanzania is a dry country. On the contrary, we can firmly assume that it is a country with plenty of water. Nowadays, all these facts have converted a very rich country, as in nature concerns, into a water crisis where thousands of lives are in risk every year. European colonialism began in mainland Tanzania during the late 19th century, when Germany formed German East Africa. The mainland was governed as Tanganyika, remaining a separate colonial jurisdiction. Following their respective independence in 1961 and 1963, the two entities merged in April 1964 to form the United Republic of Tanzania. Nevertheless, this is not an isolated problem in Tanzania. Talking about the general case of the whole continent, Africa faces endemic poverty, food insecurity, and pervasive on their development, with almost all countries lacking the human, economic, and institutional capacities to effectively develop and manage their water resources sustainably. Therefore, a large number of countries on the continent still face huge challenges in attempting to achieve the United Nations water-related Millennium Development Goals, or MDGs. Everyday water supplying is a real problem that Tanzanians have to face, which makes the situation very alarming in many parts of the country. Aridity is extended to a third of the region, causing a high difficulty to get clean water in good conditions for the population. The three lakes, Victoria, Tanganyika, and Malawi, and the Kilimanjaro Glacier, make a great inequalities between the 97% of the urban zone that has access to depurated water, while the number descends till 44% for rural zones. Apart from the problem that this entails, it is some the higher growing of the population, thus the increase of the water waste. Apart from the reduced disponibility of water sources, there exists the problem of the healthy maintenance. The main water source is the underflow water extracted through the water wells. These are mainly situated in contaminated zones such as industrial or fecal. As a consequence, the probability of contracting a disease as a cholera is utterly high. These terrible conditions that water suffers originates the disease of around the half of the population. Aware of this extreme situation, in the last few years many programs of water ministry and sanity have been developed by both Tanzanian government and NGOs.